We often talk about foreign direct investment and investment coming into the Middle East, and I do a lot of videos about things from a Middle East context. But if you stop for a minute and you consider how a foreign investor might feel in a situation where he doesn't know our markets and he comes in as an investor, or for example, in a distribution contract, when you have a foreign principal who doesn't exactly know the region, may have visited a few times, but appoints a well-known distributor in the region. Now, we've seen many distribution contracts from both the principal's perspective as well as the distributor's perspective. And let's talk about the principal's perspective. The principal will want to set some benchmarks for performance for a distributor in the region so that they know that the distributor is selling their product, the right margins and the right pricing, and covering all the bases in the Middle East that the distributor is supposed to do. Hence, the distribution contract will have very strict targets. It might probably have termination rights, and this is quite important because I've seen so many contracts with very poor drafting on termination, where the termination doesn't actually state when the termination is effective from. This can often affect a principal's right to enforce the contract in the event that they terminate for wrongdoing by the distributor. The second aspect that I've seen is termination rights don't often deal with what happens to the stock that's left behind. So if I'm a big brand from overseas and I've appointed a distributor in the Middle East, I don't want my brand value to be depleted if the distributor is terminated by me and ends up flooding the market for the 6 months or the 1 year duration of the termination of the contract, discounting the prices, or just putting the stock in the warehouse, which means my brand has no visibility in the market at all. So as you can see, from a principal's perspective, it's quite important to ensure that your contract is drafted in a way which protects you and which gives you the right to take back your stock, or to ensure that the distributor has to sell your stock in the right manner for the right price in the right place, and also ensures that the distributor will transfer the distribution to, say, your new distributor, if you appoint one, in a seamless fashion without causing a whole bunch of issues in the supply chain. So that's it from Think Tank this week, talking about principals and distributors and the intricate and sometimes quite complex relationship that gets created as a part of the process. Thank you for watching.